Good morning. Today I'm going to be doing an art piece for the year of the fire horse. So it's the year of the horse, which is actually my year because I'm a 2002 baby, which means that it's my year, which normally I think means you're actually meant to be more cautious when it's your year. But I think my mum told me the horoscopes are pretty good for everyone this year, and it's year of the fire horse, which is going to make a very cool artwork, I think. And I have an idea for what I want to make, so I'm thinking like it's going to be quite a grand, quite like an epic scale artwork, which normally I don't do. Normally it feels very low stakes. Not I haven't done, apart from my animation work, like my animation film, I haven't done that much like storytelling in pieces, in illustrations, for a while. So I'm really excited to do this piece today. I'm gonna do it digitally. Also this morning I woke up and I saw that my fam, who I love on YouTube, her brand Alchemy, which I also really like, did a call out for like artists to submit artwork for year of the horse, year of the fire horse, for to be postcards for like the brand when they have like the fire horse collection. And so I think I'm gonna submit this art piece for that as well. And it's really good because I already was planning on doing a artwork for year of the fire horse, but I really like my fam and that brand as well, Alchemy, so I'm excited. I'm gonna have it for both to submit as well. So yes, extra motivation. Because it's like postcard, like it's gonna be it could be like a postcard. I think I'm gonna make a beautiful ornamental border, because I've been like loving when people make beautiful borders and ornamental, like very decorative artworks and like Gothic architecture and all these fancy like cyber sigillism tattoos and like Gothic artwork and fashion and all these beautiful ornamental things. So I'm very excited for today, and I have the whole day off so I can relax and try and make my art piece, and I'm pretty sure I'll finish it today, because or else it would just drag on, and I think I really need to stay focused. And I have my iced coffee, so I have energy, and I had a shower, so I feel fresh, and it's the beginning of a new day, and it's going to be the beginning of a new year. I'm really excited. Yes, let's get ready for year of the fire horse. Hello. So here I remember I really wanted the piece to have that strong, bold red color of like the envelopes that we use to give money in. And so that's kind of the starting point of the piece that I had in my mind. And also the book next to me, let me get the name of it. It was the picture books of Kawanabe Kiyosai, and I remember I picked this up a few weeks ago, and it has this like old like Japanese style of art, and like the line work in it was really inspiring me. And so I remember that's kind of the look that I was going for this. And at first it was kind of hard for me to figure out how I was going to, like, it was very hard for me to emulate that. But then I kind of realized the best way for me to do that was doing these like very strokey broken up lines that were very like gestural, and then it became more natural kind of once I got into the rhythm of it. And I think it's a style I'm gonna experiment with more, because I really enjoyed doing it, and I felt it was like quite effective. Like later on I'll scroll through the book a little bit, but it's just like very effective the way they just use lines and very, very minimal color, if any. And since I was aware that it was kind of like a postcard design that I was going for, I really enjoyed making like the ornamental flowers and everything on the border, because that's something I've been wanting to play around with for quite some time, and I quite like it. It makes it look like more decorative and more formal in that way. Oh yes, and here is the book that I had bought recently, and I was very inspired when looking through it, from like the old Japanese style and the really beautiful line work and the shapes and how everything was so like fluid. And especially here, this red page, I love this, and like the motion and the aliveness of the flames, like I just love that. So I was quite inspired by this book for this piece and by the artist. And what you saw at the start of the sketching process was I was trying to make this fully colored painted piece, and I couldn't get it right how I wanted. I couldn't I didn't really like even the base of it, and so I thought, let me just go back to the line art, go back to the composition, get that correct first. And that was definitely a good idea, because then once I was happy with the base, I finally could see something that I would want to build upon. And here I had already sketched in just the very, very loose, the most loose concept of like the composition and everything. And that's when I finally felt relieved, like I can begin doing the line work now. And because sometimes you're not fully happy with like the base sketch, and then like I just feel uneasy working on something when I know structurally, like from the base, I'm like not good with it. I was so relieved once I finally got the composition and kind of that motion and like the movement in the piece, with the flowing hair of the girl and the horse and the wind and everything. And here for the sun, because I remember for this piece I was like inspired by, you know, the ancient Japanese art and all these different like the way that different cultures have like represented the sun. Like I've looked into that before when I was making my graduation film, which has like the sun as a focal theme, and so I really like how I ended up doing that. It's kind of more, obviously not like meant to look realistic, but more of like a symbol of the sun. Yeah, here I remember I was having so much fun once I finally was able to achieve like the flow and the gestural line art that I wanted, that came with like ancient art, like from inspired by the Japanese line work and things like that in the book. And once I started doing this, it became so fun, like just creating the shapes of the flames and having like one direction the flames were going. And I felt like it kept it like not too messy and not too chaotic, because I was aware of like not wanting to overcrowd the piece too much and not make it too busy. And that's why I kind of didn't mind that the line work is quite like that the shapes are just going absolutely everywhere. Yeah, I didn't mind the composition kind of filling up a lot of the page, because I knew that the colors would be quite minimal, and I knew that I wanted the focus to be on the lines and not have to stress too much at all about like different colors and everything. So that's why in the end the look is actually quite like, the elements between like color and lines is quite minimal, in the fact that there's not all these different colors and different values and everything in the piece. And here for the border, the flowers are a Vietnamese flower that are popularly used during Tet, and I remember my mum showed me these, and I thought that would be perfect for this, since it's the year of the fire horse. And I wanted something quite soft on the border, since the inside is so like intense. So I kind of like that the soft yellow color softened the piece. And here I was keeping it quite minimal, with just having a few layers of mountains in the background, nothing too complex. And here, I was so satisfied once I started bringing the flames to life with this fiery orange, burnt orange, like red color. It was so satisfying to me, just using the liner and then just like one color. And the brush that I was using had like a bit of variation in the opacity, and that was enough for me. I didn't feel the need to add any shadows or highlights or anything, and this kind of style is so satisfying. I might explore it more, because not having to do like shadows, highlights and everything, and just letting the line work speak for itself with like minimal or like a limited color palette was like very, very, very satisfying to me. So I think definitely I'll explore this more in the future, and I understand why the ancient Japanese art used this style. It's very effective, and obviously I have yet to barely explore it before I begin getting anywhere close to like the masters of that era. But definitely this is something fun that I will play with more in the future, and I think it's quite good when you limit some factors such as colors, like having a limited color palette in order to focus more on the composition or the line work. And also, if you're proud of the line work or you want that to be the focus of the piece, then it makes sense that you kind of eliminate other factors like having 10 different colors, because of course then it will be somewhat competing for attention because it's all these different things on the page. So I knew I wanted this to be this burnt orange red color, and I wanted the lines to have this kind of motion and epic feeling like in Renaissance paintings. And of course the scale is on a much smaller and more simple composition, but I do like the kind of, I feel like the atmosphere of the wind from the flames, the direction of the flames, and like the wind in the girl's hair and in the horse's tail. And I know some people think like, why wait till New Year's to have New Year's resolutions, but I think everyone always likes the idea of a new year, and I love it. Like, I think Year of the Fire Horse, like, it literally sounds so epic. Are you kidding me? So I think this year is gonna be very exciting for everyone, and I'm excited to begin the new year. To be honest, now we are already into the new year because I recorded this a while ago, maybe a month ago, and I'm finally getting around to making the video. But yeah, wishing everyone the best for the year of the Fire Horse and everything that comes with a brand new year. I tested some different textures for overlays, and in the end I did like the texture that I brought. Hello, it's the next day and here's the finished work. So last night I finished it and it looked like this. That's how I was planning on finishing it, but then I tried adding like just with like a soft brush some red on the bottom or a bit more, or like around, and at first I thought it was a bit much, but I think it makes everything feel more cohesive. So this is what I end up with, and I'm really proud. I really like it. It's what I was going for. It looked very different than the original idea in some ways. I didn't have time to format it before work correctly on my USB, but I just printed some on a few just on a photo print size, and I think this is the size that it would be for the Alchemy postcard if it gets chosen, 6 by 4 inches, and I really like it. I think it got cut off a bit, which is a bit annoying on the machine, but I think if I printed it with like A5 I think it would be okay. I think it was just the machine that kind of cut it off. And here is the finished piece, just giving a bit of detail shots, and I think in the end I am really happy with this piece. I mean, of course there are things to be improved on in the next pieces, and yet this is the postcard, like the back of the postcard that I would have if it would get chosen as a design. And then I also really love this simple version where it's just basically it has the line art and a very minimal I just did kind of like an off-white color in the background. But yeah, I actually quite like this one more maybe, but obviously the finished piece is good in its own way as well. And then this is the alternative design for the back that would go with the more simple line work front design, which I do quite like. So it could be fun to do more postcard designs in the future. Hello. So it's the day after I finished the artwork, because last night I was so tired. I went to bed so I could get enough sleep, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. It looked quite different than I originally thought it would end up looking, but I'm really happy it captured the essence of like what I was going for from the start, which I'm really happy about. And I'm gonna print some out, and I think it'll be nice to give some out as like postcards or art prints just to celebrate year of the fire horse. But yeah, I'm really happy, like it's finished, and I already know which song I'm gonna post with it because I've been listening to the Absolutely film Dijon, that like from the album, like that really long video on YouTube of them doing like the live performance in that fake room with like McGee, and that video is so crazy. It's like one of my favorite videos on YouTube, and I've been listening to it on the train like every day for like 2 months now, and I'm gonna put the song Scratching because it starts like there's a pan on fire and fire horse, so I feel like it'll be good. And yeah, I'm really happy with how it turned out, which is a shocker, but I'm happy that I'm happy. Also, I'm excited to submit for my fam's alchemy postcard submission artist call out because I watched my fam for ages and I love my fam so much, and I love the alchemy brand. I have one of the jackets that says your fear of looking stupid is holding you back, because well, yes, so true. So I'm excited to submit for that, and it would be really cool if it would be chosen to be one of the artist postcards for the Year of the Horse collection. And yeah, I'm really excited and I'm happy because I was a bit stressed making this one because for so many days I sat here and I was so freaking exhausted after work that I couldn't muster any creative juice out of my brain, and it was frustrating me so bad because I just go to bed like defeated. But I was just so tired that like I didn't have any energy for anything at all. So I'm really happy last night that I pushed through. I stayed up to like 2 a.m. and I had to get up at like 8, but it's okay because I was so satisfied this morning when I woke up that I finally did it, and now I can move on to other things because there was other things that I've been wanting to draw, and then I was gonna just work on that to procrastinate from doing this because I was scared that it wouldn't be the vision that I wanted it to be. But the only way out is through, and we did it. Well, I did it, so I'm very happy. Thank you if you watched along, and welcome to Year of the Fire Horse soon in like 2 weeks. Chúc mừng năm mới to the Vietnamese people and everyone out there celebrating. And yes, thank you so much for watching.